Hello everyone, my name's Nikki and welcome to my first ever YouTube video. I'm no good at intros, so I'm going to keep this short and sweet, but if you want to know how to create this look, then keep watching. I just thought for the sake of this video that I would do a voiceover, and probably will do that with all of my special effects videos just because it's a bit easier. So the first thing that I'm going to do is lay down the foundation in the general area that I want this beauty patch, if that's what you can call it. So I'm just using my Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation in the shade 02 Natural. Now I'll just use my Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Light and just conceal my under eyes and eyelids. Taking my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish powder in the shade Medium Dark, I'm just going to pat this all over my face. To set my under eyes and eyelids, I use my Ben Nye Natural Set Colourless Face Powder and just pat it over my eyelids and under eyes to stop any creasing. Moving on to the brows, I use the brow kit by the brand Natio. I've used this for years and I've tried pomades and just cannot seem to get them to work for me. This powder it's worked and I've just stuck with it. So I start by outlining my brow, just following the natural shape of them and then just literally colouring them in with leftover product that is on the brush. Taking my most prized possession, my James Charles palette, we're going to take the shade Escape and just pat it on the outer corner of your eye and just really work on blending it out. Now taking the shade B, we're just going to put this on the edge of our eye sockets. With a lot of colours in the James Charles palette, it does help to use MAC Fix Plus spray. You'll see that I went in without Fix Plus and didn't like the colour payoff, so I sprayed some Fix Plus and then went back in and got a much better pigment. Now taking the shade You're Kidding, again we're going to spray some Fix Plus on there to get a better colour payoff, and we're just going to buff it in between the first two colours that we've laid down. Going in with one of my favourite shades on the palette, this one's called 518. We're just going to put this just below the yellow colour to really pull the red and yellow together. Taking another pretty cool shade, which is called Skip, we're just going to buff this between the red and the purple to bring it together. Now for some reason I can't find the footage of where I cut my crease, but I just did that with my Too Faced Born This Way concealer and just set it down with some more Ben Nye colourless powder. And to blend the purple in, we're going to use the shade Acapella on a brush sprayed with Fix Plus to get a really good colour payoff. Taking the shade Hello, again with some Fix Plus, we're just going to put this on the inner edge of the shade Acapella. So I got this really random palette off the clothing website Showpo, and the normal eyeshadow colours are actually quite pigmented for being just a cheap, nasty palette. Glittery shades are a little bit hard to work with, so when I do use them, I just pat them on with my finger. So I've just grabbed the silver colour with my finger and just patted it on the inner edge of that cut crease. Now going back in with the shade Escape from the James Charles palette, we're just going to run this on the outer edge of our lower lash line. And in the middle of our lower lash line, we're going to blend the shade Cola, followed by the shade Social Blade on the inner corner. Now I'm just adding winged eyeliner, mascara and lashes to tie the look together. Now taking my Mayron Paradise paint in the shade White, we're just going to sketch an outline. Going back in with my Milani foundation on a small sponge, just going to fill in the bits where I didn't actually put foundation. And then just grab a makeup wipe and wipe off the foundation that is outside the outline that we just drew. Now we're just going to thicken up the outline to make it easier when we use our sponge later. Now grabbing a sponge, we're basically going to douse ourselves in white paint. We have the finished look. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if there's anything you would like to see, certain looks, more Halloween and gore looks, then please let me know in the comments below, and I will see you in my next video.